Overnight, the New York Assembly reluctantly passed S7506B, a budget bill which bans the sale of vapor products in flavors other than tobacco. Also, Ruthless wants to help you pay your bills during this pandemic. Stick around till the end of the video to learn more on this edition of Ruthless Insider. Hello and welcome to another edition of Ruthless Insider. Like much of New York's budget, this bill was debated and passed under cover of darkness. There were no opportunities for the public to weigh in on this bill unless you diligently followed the constantly changing bill numbers and language. Following legislation with that level of detail often requires one to be able to afford a lobbyist, and even then, it's still likely that people will get lost in the mix. While we acknowledge and appreciate Governor Cuomo's response to the coronavirus pandemic, this budget represents a profound failure of leadership, a sweeping lack of compassion, and an assault on democracy in the state of New York. Effective 45 days after being signed into law, sales of vapor products in flavors other than tobacco are prohibited. Effective July 1st, online sales are banned and will result in a Class A misdemeanor, carrying a fine of $5,000 or up to $100 per vapor product. The new rule also states that a person other than a common or contract carrier can still transport vapor products, but there is now a limit of 500 milliliters or 3 grams of nicotine. For the full list of rules, please visit the link down below. It is tempting to say that these budget bills are being passed under dire circumstances and are necessary to keep the state functioning in the midst of a crisis. But all of this was introduced by Governor Cuomo well in advance of the coronavirus outbreak in New York. Even under normal circumstances, voters and lawmakers are hard-pressed to amend or even remove even the most egregious sections of the governor's budget proposal. There are deep cuts and rollbacks to other programs and reforms that will arguably threaten the health and financial security of millions of New Yorkers. And again, all of this was on the table before anyone was recommending austerity measures to slow the spread of COVID-19. Next up, here at Ruthless, we care about your well-being. As we go through this tough time together, it's important that now more than ever, we come together as a community. This is why for the next 2 weeks, Ruthless wants to pay your bills. We'll be selecting 5 winners at random on April 13th to have a bill paid on us. If you want to win, follow the link below to our Facebook post for the full details. Do you think that Cuomo took advantage of the situation to pass the laws that he was already desperately attempting to push last year? Please share your thoughts with us down below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell button to keep up to date with all of our Ruthless content. This has been Nick with Ruthless Insider, and we will see you in the next video.